Well, good morning once again, 7 o'clock here on your Wednesday morning. Thanks for joining us here on WTHR Plus, where we're giving you all kinds of extras from the weather to the traffic, unfortunately, but want to get you started with that weather this morning.
Oh, it's a beautiful morning out there. We were talking yesterday for folks who had to go back to school, going back to work. It was rainy and dreary.
Yes.
A different story today.
Yeah, at least the pavement is dry. We do have a couple crashes. 65 northbound, 2 spots coming into the South Split and then just north of that near Fletcher Avenue. This crash just coming down about 10-15 minutes ago, and that is blocking one of the main travel lanes. So we're seeing some delays build there. We'll talk more about some alternate routes.
All right, we're going to need them. Well, you know, despite those accidents, we are dry out there. We've got beautiful weather, and that's good because we have so many school districts going back to the classroom today, Matt.
It's a busy morning, maybe a little chaotic morning trying to get everything ready, but at least you don't have to worry about the weather. We've got more updates on traffic, so we'll let you know if you have any slowdowns, but weather-wise, we're looking great. I want to show you your forecast for today and for the next couple of days. We'll show you a little bit of highlight. We'll get you through this first week of school. Maybe it's a shortened week if you're starting today. For some kids, you know, we've been back to school for a few days now, but there's a huge wave going back today. This morning, though, we've had pretty quiet conditions. There's been a little bit of patchy fog, but we've been rain-free. We're looking pretty good. Many of us will stay rain-free throughout the day today. We do have a warm front on the way, though, and it's going to bring in more heat and eventually more humidity back into central Indiana, especially by Friday and really into the weekend. You'll notice a change. It's a gradual change, but you're definitely going to notice it. Also on the backside of the warm front, there's not a lot going on. Now, we're watching these clusters of storms over the northern and western Corn Belt there towards Iowa, southern Minnesota into eastern Nebraska. And what's going to happen the next couple of days is this warm front moves on through. We're going to get more of these clusters over Minnesota, but they'll probably come more towards Wisconsin and Lake Michigan, but many times they'll be breaking up before they get to central Indiana. I think we're going to steal some of this high pressure to keep us a little bit quieter, but I think for the most part we'll get the heat and humidity, but our rain chances like these are on the lower side moving forward. So at least we're just focused on getting back to school and getting back to those routines. We're packing the lunch pails, lunch boxes this morning, making sure they're ready to go. Maybe a couple extra treats in there for the first day of school. We got a big first day of school. Look at all these schools. You may need the magnifying glass to go with you. I'm not going to read through all of them, but I just want to kind of flash some of these up. Some of the big ones, Hamilton Southeastern and Carmel Fishers, we're headed back to school today. Muncie, schools around Columbus. We've got Bloomington headed back north and south on high school, and even the Muncie schools, we're headed back as well. Crawfordsville too. So there's so many, 58 if you're able to count those and read through those, but hopefully you see your town up there and having a good first day of school today. School bus forecast this morning, it's been great. We've had a little bit of patchy fog, but not enough to delay or cancel school or anything like that. Just a couple fog banks rolling off some of the soybean fields and corn bean fields and sometimes maybe off a stream or two, but that would be about it. Great recess today. Teachers, you know, if you've got, let's say, control over the schedule on who's out for recess, I would go today and then maybe try to be inside later this week because it will start to get hotter. We'll get into the mid-80s. It's still going to be pretty toasty this afternoon, but this is about average. This would be an average August day. There's nothing wrong with being average here for the weather, but we'll have a lot of sunshine. There is a small chance for a rogue shower thunderstorm later today. There will be maybe 2 or 3 pop-ups across central Indiana. That may be about it. We'll watch those. Meteorologist Lindsay Monroe, she'll have you at noon, and Sean Ash will have you at noon. We'll be watching the skies there, but I think most of the time we'll be all right. Maybe we'll be headed out to the Indians game today. First pitch, 1:35. Nice day game out there. Nice lunch break if you're downtown Indianapolis. They also have state fair foods this week. So maybe you didn't get your fill at the state fair enough. Well, you can get to the Vic and they've got some of that state fair food. But it's going to be a great day at the state fair as well. We'll have temperatures in the 80s throughout the afternoon. 85 is our high that we're going with, and 85 is the average high for this time of year. So we're right there where we should be. Very typical for here in early August. Now, for that rain chance that we're talking about, it's a 20% chance. It's a really low chance. The vast majority of us are going to stay dry, but we'll have a couple pop-ups to watch out for here a little bit later today. I want to show you what we're talking about here with Future Track 13. As we warm up to the 80s, you know, we'll have a lot of clear sky this morning, a little bit of patchy fog, but then clouds will bubble up a little bit more. like they do in the summertime, but some of them will get a little bit bigger, and there could be an isolated downpour every once in a while. Just a few out there across central Indiana. What you see on the Future Track 13 right now doesn't necessarily mean we're going to get soaked there in Carmel and Westfield right at 3 o'clock, but generally the story I want to show you is that there could be a couple pop-ups, and the best chances will generally be in eastern Indiana, kind of western Ohio. So closer to the state line you are, you might have a higher chance, but that's not a guarantee that we're going to get wet in Richmond and Centerville and Cambridge City and Muncie today, but small chance of a pop-up today. Most of us will enjoy a great day. It's going to be a great practice. Now, I will say the wind won't be out there very much today. The air's going to be kind of stagnant, so that kind of makes that 85 really feel like 85. You don't have any much air movement, but at least we'll be mainly dry out there for practice today. We'll be dry for Ruoff tonight. Toto, Christopher Cross, men at work. They start at 6:45. They're going to get to work, and it's going to be a great night there at Ruoff. Great evening. Everwise, we've got the Head in the Heart Aperture Tour tonight starting at 7 p.m. and it'll be nice, beautiful weather out there. Humidity, you're going to start to notice it. It is August, by the way, but it starts to go up a little bit later this weekend into the weekend. You'll really notice it this weekend as highs are in the low 90s, and we could have some heat index values, or what it feels like, in the mid 90s or so. So warmer weather is on the way. This morning, how's traffic looking?
Okay, got a couple situations. We are following some crashes near downtown, causing some slowdowns on 65 North. So we've got a series of crashes. 165 northbound right there at that Raymond Street on-ramp. That's what's creating this backup here down that 65 corridor approaching Troy Avenue. A secondary crash now happening at the collector lanes, I-65 northbound, I-70 eastbound. Now that's starting to create some stop-and-go traffic through the South Split, as we are now in the red there. So I wanted to show you a couple of these scenes and what this crash looks like as far as how many lanes are blocked. Right now we've got, this is the Fletcher Avenue one, 65 northbound in the collector lanes. This is that far, looks like 2 right lanes are now blocked as emergency crews are arriving on scene. Does look like a single car crash at this point, but it is creating some very slow traffic through the South Split. Also, again, merging off of Raymond Street, approaching the South Split. This is that backup that's starting to extend in that construction zone, 65 northbound. So we got a tracker on that delay as you are headed northbound on 65 in between 465 on the near south side all the way up through the North Split. And right now that is a 20-minute slowdown. If you take it all the way down to Southport Road to the South Split, that's an 18-minute delay, so we're going to be watching out for that. That is the trouble spot out there this morning. And real quick, wanted to let you know that we do have a crew headed to the scene of a crash that was reported near 16th and Tibbs. Still working to get some more information on this one, but we do know that crews are asking folks to avoid this area. So in the meantime, we'll get you a live picture here coming up in a few moments here at WTHR Plus as our crew arrives. But stick with Kessler Boulevard North Drive until we get some more information and when we know that scene does clear. Sam?
All right, Lindsay, thank you. This morning, an armed suspect in Westfield is now in custody after hours on the run. Investigators say he took off after shooting at police near US 31 and 196th Street. Our Logan Gay was there, and she talked to officers about how it all unfolded.
Westfield police did not say where they found the armed suspect, but they did say it took the support of many assisting agencies to make it happen. The Indiana State Police chopper circled overhead for the armed suspect, while officers with rifles guarding the perimeter of the search area. The Westfield Assistant Chief says this all started with a traffic stop.
The driver refused to stop, resulting in a brief pursuit that ended when the suspect crashed in a ditch in the 1800 block of Dan Patch Lane.
But he didn't stop there.
After the crash, the suspect exited the vehicle, fired an unknown number of shots at officers, and fled on foot. We advised nearby residents to remain indoors and lock their doors as a precaution.
They eventually caught up with the suspect, and police say they're not sharing certain operational details at this time for the safety of their officers in the community. No officers or other members of the community were injured in the shooting. Westfield says they do plan to share more information about it in the future, but did not say when. In Westfield, Logan Gay, 13 News.
Indiana students are heading back to school as summer winds down, so Metro Police are reminding all of us about school zones. Our cameras were there as officers held traffic enforcement operations. This was near Ben Davis High School yesterday. And police say right now they're really looking for drivers who speed through school zones or break school bus laws. Metro Police are emphasizing a community approach to keeping kids safe this school year.
But I think it's everybody's own personal responsibility to help. It's going to be parents, it's going to be, the teachers, people coming in and out of the schools, parents having conversations with their student drivers to remind them that there's a lot at stake out here.
And a reminder for all of us, school zones here in Marion County have a speed limit of 25 miles per hour, and fines can be doubled for violations in those school zones. Well, students in Hamilton County have their first day of school today, and it's a big one. A lot of students going back. Anna Chalker is live at their transportation center ahead of the big day for teachers and students. Hey, Anna.
Hey there, Samantha. An exciting day here. We made it over to Thorpe Creek Elementary School. We're here. We're outside. Recess is going to be beautiful weather for that. Thank you, Matt, for that. These kids are going to be excited for that because I'm sure there's some first day jitters. And we've got Superintendent Mapes again with us this morning. We finally made it over to a school. The teachers are coming in. I'm sure you're like, it's real. It's finally happening this year.
Absolutely. And there's smiles on everybody's faces right now. So some of them bring their children with them to school this morning, and the kids have got their backpacks and the parents are ready to go as well.
A lot of changes coming this year with some of the schools under construction this year, but I'm sure it feels good that, we're getting this process for these kids started.
Absolutely. And, the construction is just that little bit of irritation that happens for about 6 months. And then when it's over with, the beauty of the new classrooms that we'll have and the new learning environments are well worth the disturbance that we'll take.
And, just kind of a big year ahead for you guys. What are you most excited for getting to see this year?
Our journey of the student is probably the most exciting thing we have getting started this year. K through 12, start looking at career opportunities for our students, career exploration for our elementary age students. But at the high school, to really lean in on that new high school diploma and get into a network that if you want to be in business or healthcare, to take courses that will lead you to that once you leave Hamilton Southeastern schools.
And as these parents and families get out ready today, what's your biggest piece of advice for these kids as we start the year?
Please be patient. It takes a while for everybody to get back into routines, and you see buses out on the roads this morning. And we have a lot of roads under construction here, just like Marion and Hamilton County and everywhere across the state. Our buses are trying to get there on time, but we know we're going to have some delays. So be patient. We'll get there. We're going to get everybody picked up this morning. We're going to get them here. We're going to get them into some routines, get them lunch, get them back on a bus, and get them home. That's a successful day in every school across the state of Indiana for that first day.
Hey, for sure. Be patient. I like that idea right there. Thank you so much. A big day ahead. Elementary schools start at 7:30 this morning. We'll be here as all the kids are getting ready for an exciting first day. I think I've got the first day jitters. Hope you all do too. So many schools coming back today, but we'll be hanging out here in Hamilton County this morning.